Welcome to another edition of the Gridiron Report. I'm Jared Johnson, and I've been doing a series of videos breaking down some of the top uh, position battles in fall camp. And fall camp's almost over. They're wrapping it up here, I believe, Saturday. And then they get into game week next week, which, man, how exciting is that? Finally, football is back. Red Raider football is back as they open the season against Abilene Christian August 31st. And at the Jones, I believe it's a 6:30 Central Time kickoff. So that's exciting. A new South End Zone that's been renovated. The ongoing other football facility renovations. It's pretty exciting stuff, and I can't wait to get out there. We're starting the Rockin' pregame radio shows coming back as well. So tons going on. But I wanted to do one more position group battle, and I asked Coach McGuire about it. But running back, and obviously Taj is your starter. You got an All-American back there, one of the greatest to ever do it, in Scarlet and Black. Back there, and he might break the all-time rushing record. Has a pretty good shot at it. I believe 1,100 or 1,200 yards away, something like that, from Byron Hansford. So that's a given. Taj is the guy, but who's the backup running back? Our own Mighty Joe Yeager contends that you need 4 legit scholarship running backs that you can trust on your roster, just due to attrition and the wear and tear of a season and all that. So that becomes very important, who is behind Taj. And Cameron Valdez, who got in the transfer portal and came back and was here in the spring and all that, he was kind of the incumbent, expected to take that mantle and improve over last year, because he was kind of the backup last year, but they couldn't really trust him with in pass protection. I did see some improvement, but I did see him struggle, especially against some of the better linebackers on the roster and some of these drills I saw in fall camp. But he's a gifted runner, but he's definitely looking over his shoulder, because there's a pair of freshman running backs, especially Cameron Dickey, who is breathing down his neck for that backup spot. And when I asked McGuire about the depth chart here just earlier this week, he said Cameron Valdez would be 2A, and Cameron Dickey, the true freshman who was here in the spring, would be 2B. So the only thing that's really held Dickey back is that he did roll an ankle early in fall camp, missed a pretty good stretch of fall camp, but he was here in the spring. By all accounts, a very smart dude. Does a lot of the same things in terms of skill set wise as Taj Brooks. Good receiver, good blocker, good runner. Not necessarily high top end speed, but quick, athletic, shifty, break tackles. Good size on, especially for a true freshman. Very similar size to Taj Brooks when he came in as a true freshman. And then Jacoby Williams also. He's been getting an opportunity with Dickey being out, and he's had long runs in scrimmages, played really well. McGuire was raving about him, and he's somebody that the first day of fall camp, which he wasn't here for the spring, I saw him and was like, who is this guy? Is that Jacoby Williams? Like, whoa, he's bigger. Just some of those guys, some players just have a look to them like they belong. And Jacoby Williams is definitely one of them. So I wasn't surprised, but I was happy to hear that he was having he has had a lot of success in fall camp in the scrimmage portions of it. So he's more of a 180-pound, quick. He's more like Cameron Valdez in terms of his play style. But it's really good to have those 4 guys. Adam Hill is a walk-on, also might get an opportunity. I don't expect him to play much. Williams, I don't even expect to play a whole lot as a true freshman unless there's injuries. But I do think don't be surprised that when it gets real, whether it be at Washington State or start Big 12 play, if Cameron Dickey is the first guy in to replace Taj, because they can trust him in pass pro, and he can do so many things. Despite him being a true freshman. But here's an opportunity for Valdez. If he can hold up in pass pro, he's shown he's a gifted runner. That tape's out there of him breaking some pretty big runs in Big 12 games as well. So I do think it'll probably be, when we see the official depth chart, it'll be an or. It'll be Taj Brooks is number 1, and then Cameron Valdez or Cameron Dickey as a backup. But I think when they actually have to put somebody in, look for it to be Dickey. That's just my opinion. But this has been a good series. It's been a great camp, and man, we're gonna have tons. We already have tons of content on Inside the Red Raiders, of course, but we're gonna have tons more. I'm really looking forward to covering the season and I think it's going to be a really good year for Texas Tech. We'll have the season preview next week in video format. But for now, I want to thank you for watching, and until next time.